The bridge between us. In a land of wide rivers and vast plains, two neighboring ethnic groups lived on opposite sides of a great river. One group, the Kiri, was known for their intricate art and deep connection to the forest, crafting beautiful carvings and weaving vibrant fabrics from the trees that surrounded their villages. The other, the Rasi, were skilled farmers, thriving on the fertile lands along the riverbanks. They had lived in peace for many generations, though they rarely interacted, each community maintaining its distinct culture and way of life. Two men, one from each group, would come to change the course of their people's history. Kale, a young Kiri man, was an artist at heart, known for his carvings that told stories of the forest gods and spirits. His dream was to share the beauty of his people's culture with the world beyond his village. On the other side of the river lived Yari, a practical Rasi farmer. Yari was a man of the land, humble and hardworking, but he had an inquisitive mind, always curious about the world beyond the crops and the river. One day, a great flood came, swelling the river and threatening both villages. The river that had always been a source of life and trade now separated the people, trapping many on either side. Kale's village was perched on the forested hills, while Yari's farm was on the fertile plains. Communication between the two groups became impossible, and both villages feared the worst. Kale had heard of Yari's family through stories, and Yari had heard of Kale's artistry through whispers among his people. Both were curious about the other's life, but the river, while a physical barrier, had also become a symbolic one. For years, neither group had ventured too far from their own side, believing the other to be too different, too distant. As the floodwaters began to recede, Kale stood on the edge of the river, looking across to the land where the Rasi lived. He knew the river had changed everything, and with it, an opportunity for something new. He decided that he would cross the river. He believed that if the Kiri and the Rasi could come together, they could work as one, sharing both their skills and their cultures to rebuild what had been lost. On the other side, Yari, too, had the same thought. He had always been taught that the river separated them, but the flood had washed away that old belief. He had seen the destruction and felt the need for collaboration, for unity in the face of hardship. Taking a deep breath, Yari set out to find Kale, knowing that the river no longer divided them in the way it once had. As they met on the banks of the river, the two men stared at each other, neither sure of what to say. Kale was the first to speak. "Perhaps this flood is a sign," he said, his voice quiet but steady. "A sign that we must build a new bridge, not just with wood, but with our hearts and minds." Yari nodded, his weathered hands folding over one another.